Welcome back to a little chat. With your hosts Jesse, Beck, and
Heyo, Amelia.
So today,
Yes.
let's do a little recap.
Yeah.
We were talking about
Mamacitas.
mothers.
Mama.
And now this week we're gonna shake it up a little bit and talk about something that is deep in our heart.
In our
as
deepest,
problem.
As a problem, it's fun to talk about. Like, just fun to talk about.
It is because it's something that pops up all the time.
And
especially in America.
Yes, and you think it shouldn't, but it does. And so we've got a really good episode 3 coming at you guys.
And we are talking about
Dun, 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 dun.
Disney adults.
Oh, I think everybody in the world has an opinion on this.
Yes.
Right, like everybody.
And a divided opinion.
Do you think there's pro Disney adult? Well, there's Disney adults.
Yes, because there's Disney adults.
Oh, didn't think about that.
But first, we're doing a little new segment.
New.
Called A Little Culture.
A Little Culture.
A Little Culture.
Working at the Kinks. But yes, and we're really excited about this. We might do it every week, we might not, but we're starting it today. And it'll just be like a quick top of the morning, kind of dealy about what's going on this week. And maybe if you're listening to this in 30 years, you'll be like, oh yeah,
that happened.
That's hilarious. Yes.
That was a thing.
Yes.
And instead of in the history books, it's in our podcast.
And we just we love talking about this, and we are not, I don't think either one of us is the most knowledgeable. There's girlies out there that are private investigators. They know, they have receipts and details, and I wouldn't want, if I showed up in court and I was, guilty, I would not want these girls to be there. Don't question. Yeah.
We're coming to you with the knowledge that we get from the media.
Yes, exactly. And so without having any of it in front of us, we just want to talk about it and then fact check it later, because that's a good way to, report. Yeah.
So, what happened this week in America, in the world? Taylor Swift got engaged.
My God. There's I think everybody's divided on this, personally.
Yes.
There's some people that are oh yay, but you know what I mean? They're and then there's some people that are guys, come on, what are we doing here? Do we think it's real? Do you know what I mean? All the people that are saying it's a PR relationship, do we agree with them?
Part of what I think it is I do think that she got to a point where
she's ready.
She wants to get married.
She's ready.
Because she's had so many boyfriends. She's wrote so many songs.
Right, she's lived a very, very full life.
I don't know if she wants kids.
I don't know. I'm sure somebody out there knows. They'd be she said in 2014 that she hates kids, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody knows.
Dig that up
and let us know, and then we'll do an entire episode about Taylor Swift having kids, because that sounds really fun.
It would probably be the length of the there'd probably be enough content to get
so much, right? And The Ring. Have you seen The Ring?
The Ring is big.
You know what I saw online? Somebody said that should have been Bella Spring from Twilight, because it's got that same shape, but it's actually. And I love that take.
Here's the thing, it would have to be smaller.
Really?
Yeah, but that ring is giant.
Why would it be smaller?
It's a giant diamond. Because
the flat one was really big. It just had a bunch of little diamonds, right?
Yes.
But he's a multi-millionaire. They're rich. I know that.
Yes, but it was his mother's ring.
That was his mother's ring?
It was his mother's ring.
The one in the movie was supposed to be
which is why it looks... I think the author was trying to do an antique look, because it was from his time period. It was his mother's ring.
Taylor's ring looks old to me.
Yes,
it
but
does.
I don't think Edward's mother could afford that ring.
You never know.
Granted...
Old money Edward. That's what I call it.
I don't think he had that type of money.
That's true.
So I think it would have to be smaller.
I thought hers looked very going. I think the movies hit the mark and missed the mark on the 2010s culture a lot. Mm-hmm. I feel like was so instrumental in making Converse popular, you know, because like that was her thing, and like the long hoodies. She had this aesthetic. For me personally, and I hope that this is not like, you know, gonna arouse anger and disdain, but I didn't love her ring.
So
Bella, say no. If I saw it, I'd say no. Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of people hate that ring.
Yes,
but
right?
my mom and I liked the ring.
Aww.
But we liked, I think, the first ring because they changed it.
They did?
Yeah, they like changed it to be this like the first one was flat. The second one they made like pop up a little more, and it was more rounded.
Time to rewatch Twilight.
But I think, I don't know, we thought it kind of fit her because she's not someone like people were like, oh, we want like this type of ring or this type of ring, but those rings looked mainstream.
I kind of
she needed something different.
You know, she gets a little materialistic when she becomes a vampire. She like goes shopping, or I'm sorry,
Alice
goes shopping.
But she wears it.
But she looks good, and also her hair gets styled all the time. That was not. I don't think Alice was waking up at 6:30 in the morning to do. You know, well,
but she
they
just
don't
had
sleep.
Perfect vampire hair.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't believe that. Did you see Jasper's hair transformation throughout? That boy, you can't convince me perfect vampire hair is real when he went from freaking almost dreads to like whatever the hell that second.
See, this could be a whole podcast episode.
Oh my god, we should totally do the hair of vampire.
Because we were talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that ring, I would have liked it to be Bella, but I love your take, and it is, you know, I think I see where you're coming from.
It could have been different. I agree. But I also do appreciate that it was. Yeah. They went to Stefania.
Oh,
and
Stefania.
She like heavily influenced what the ring looked like, and it was like what she envisioned.
Like, yeah.
And like I respect that because it's.
But she is wrong sometimes.
She is very wrong sometimes.
Could you imagine if they got Henry? Okay, we're just talking. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Taylor Swift.
So what struck me about the engagement announcement was, I think it's her Instagram. She's like...
It was both of theirs.
Oh, it was both. They did like a joint.
Here's something about Amelia. When it comes time to like social media and how posting and the technical stuff, she don't know how it works.
No.
So Instagram has this feature where you can post something and you can include another person and it will pop up on both of your profiles.
And they give you permission to do that?
You have to like get permission, I think.
That's cool.
I haven't actually done it. I've wanted to do it with my husband. I haven't done it.
You should. That'd be so cool. I've seen it done on like Friends, and I was like, this is witchcraft. I'm scrolling. You know, like I didn't understand it.
It's
but that's really cool. Yeah.
And that's what they did, and they took commenting off. I don't know.
Let's talk about that.
I think that's interesting.
Maybe has either one of them been getting like a lot of hate recently?
I don't
know. Well,
there's always controversy with like him doing things, but I think as of late, I think they both have had their comments on their posts.
So interesting.
But this, they turned it off, and it would have been a million.
Oh, a million.
80 million people being like, congratulations.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people would feel happy for her. I think the fandom really likes Travis. I've never heard... I remember when he did his little friendship bracelets and he wanted to give one to her. And like everyone was like, get it, girl. You know, kind of like, that's so sweet that he's a fan. And like trying to reach her through those, like shoot his shot at the concert. So I remember that she announced her next album on his podcast, and then this was like a huge spread in like people. And that definitely is so interesting for me. She has such a range to her artistry. There's so much of it that's so commercial, right? Like I think the majority of her songs could be amazing in like a Target ad, you know? But then she has like her more sort of, I think what she sees is like her more poetry kind of thing to it. And there's a question for me of like, which Taylor are we gonna get? You know, is this I'm a serious artist who's interested, or is this I'm making my, fucking money today, baby?
Right. Get it,
girl. And this one feels more like we're getting the businessman, Taylor Swift.
It kind of does,
right?
I'm not gonna fight that.
It's. Do we know for sure? Of course not, but.
We just have to see.
I did hear this thing about how the timing of this is very lucrative for both of them in their own business things because obviously her album's coming out soon. So there's that kind of like buzz keeping her in the headlines. And then
her album, I would not be surprised if it talks about her engagement.
Oh yeah.
Because they've also been saying that like they got engaged like a few weeks ago.
Right, but didn't like announce it. Yeah, so that's another thing too, is like, was there a personal moment behind the scenes and now this is our, you know, publicity making the money. I heard also he's going through like contract negotiations with the Chiefs. Like it's like every so often.
I thought he was gonna retire.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, you know what? They all do that though.
They always tease. We've seen the tease. I mean, what's his name? Brady has done it like 700 times, and he's like popping up here. And
you know what? We don't need to talk about her.
I know. Let's not even waste the airspace. So yeah, I heard he's doing that, and then also Taylor Swift made the NFL. I don't know how much it is, but a good chunk of change with her appearances. This last football season.
Yeah, but the Super Bowl.
And the Super Bowl.
They really tried not to show her.
Right. This is true. But maybe if, you know, maybe that helps his contract negotiations. Biggest pop star in the world. That is my future wife.
Now it's concrete now.
Exactly.
Because we were getting to the point where it's like they are either going to break up.
Right.
Or they're going to get married.
Right. And they're engaged.
She hasn't.
Right,
the other way,
and she's never been engaged before.
No.
So I do think that's a significant thing for her. Not that, you know, it becomes less significant if you're engaged multiple times, but it's like that person that's never done it. You know, they're really thinking about it because she had Joe Alwyn, long-term boyfriend before this. They never at least announced publicly that they were engaged. Maybe she did who knows?
I really thought that they were gonna get married.
I thought that they were gonna be one of those couples like that were always, you know, a couple and like had that weird, you know, sort of bond where it wasn't based around the legal marriage thing, but they were like, so in love, you know.
And now,
but
you know what?
Right now they're not. Yeah,
it's weird to think of a relationship having like the contract business side.
Yes,
but I feel like she's someone that needs that. I feel like it's been such a big part of her life that it's just the way that she thinks.
And she's so good at it.
She is good at it.
You cannot, my girl, whatever, it's her team, it's her. Like, at some point you just have to admit it's her because she's 39 or something. Like, she's almost 40.
Let me check that.
Give her a check-me and I'll keep talking. Right? Like, she's at this point where she's been doing it for so long. The consistency there is her.
She's 35.
Oh, shoot, I aged her out. Oh, no. Sorry, 35. I think
don't hate us, please.
I think he's older. I don't know.
Oh.
Anyways, so, yes. What's so interesting is I don't know why.
They're both 35.
Oh my god!
I didn't know that.
It just speaks to how mature they are. I don't know why I never saw her. Not that I sat around and thought about it, but I never saw her with a football player. Like
I didn't either. I didn't think they were the last.
I didn't
thought
either.
It was like a Tom Hiddleston.
Right.
Like
we got drunk at the Met. Exactly.
And then, like 6 months later,
we're done.
Done.
How does it feel to think that Blake Lively won't be at the wedding? There's no way. There's no way.
Oh no! I saw an article saying that she hasn't even reached out since the engagement.
Oh my god!
To be fair, I know that, or they were saying that she tried to like make amends with Taylor for a very long time, and Taylor was like,
I'm not having it. And I could see that Taylor's life is so, I know, Taylor's life. What it seems like is her life is so high stakes, you know?
And I feel like anything that gets super controversial.
Like what happened.
Dips.
Yeah. Because she has to.
It's a protection though. Because I think we all would kind of do this
and she's absolutely under the most criticism, you know? She's so big that it's like, there's nobody that's ignoring her, you know? Mm-hmm. Like every single person is gonna have their opinion because she's just that gigantic. This is a great way, another pop culture thing I like to kind of throw in the mix. Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds fighting on Avengers Doomsday set. Yes! Girl, what the hell are you thinking?
Look, I know it's a job, I know you have to work together, but this is Marvel. Can you guys just get it together and work together and be done?
What is he?
Why are we fighting?
This is gonna be a 5-minute cameo max? Like,
so just
max.
Stop.
What is wrong? I don't know.
Together.
Have you heard what the joke? Because it was like a joke that he made.
No, I honestly haven't been that.
Dude, what I don't understand is like, there's a million people involved with those movies. I can think of one person I would not want to piss off. It is Oscar winner Robert Downey Jr.
Oh.
Who's been paid like $1 billion to come back to the franchise.
Exactly. I want him to be my friend.
Or
at least not hate me.
I would do everything. I would rather be invisible to that person than be making my mark. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Jesus. And like the thing is too, I don't know. I know there's like RDJ girlies out there. I was a Chris Evans girl. You know, like I stayed up till 3 a.m. watching his interviews and like I wanted to know every single thing. I gasped and I peed and I cried when he got married to a 25-year-old because like it could have been me.
See, I was the Tom Hiddleston.
You were the Tom Hiddleston girl, which is cool.
And
those girls are fucking cool.
And then Taylor Swift and him started dating,
and then
I was
said,
like,
it all comes back to Taylor. Yes, it really does. Blonderella face. Her platinum blonde in that one too, which is just so like I love it. It's so funny and it's so like it's so not serious. You know what I mean? It's so good. I never saw like that. It's such an odd pairing those two. Because he seems so old and she was so young. Yeah.
Dare you?
Oh, he's married to like a very like his wife is like so refined and like serious. Like she's a serious actress. You know what I mean? Anyways.
But so is he. Have you seen him? Like,
but to be with Taylor Swift is like, I think Taylor, especially at that time, was like, you know,
he's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman. I get why, you know, I get it, but like, I also am like, it makes me feel a little bit gross about him, you know?
But I really think that was a whole PR stunt.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that's why it was so short, and that's why she hasn't said really anything bad about him.
Yeah.
Is because it was a deal, and they put a time limit on
and
and then they broke up.
I'm the worst at calling PR stunts, I think. There's a part of me that like wants to feel like I'm getting accurate information. So I you know what I mean? It's like it's harder for me to be that it's not distrustful, it's just I think so astute in that way. But I want to be trusting, so I'm like, no, they love each other.
Yeah.
But I get it. It happens all the time for very smart. They made probably a fat old stack on that one. Okay, so anyways, Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds. We'll see if Reynolds gets cut out of Doomsday or what, but I think he's an idiot.
I heard they had to rewrite a scene. To like not have them interact. And they didn't name names.
Oh my god.
But you know it's about them.
Yeah, of course it's about them.
So it's like stupid. They can't even work together.
They can't even work together. They can't be in the same room.
About what?
Two grown dramatic men we love. Okay, so our next hot, juicy topic, which you know about and I'm so ready to just take in, you know, is the Sydney Sweeney of it all.
Yes, and this like, I just saw this morning.
Crazy.
Is that she is possibly
hot.
Getting with and dating Scooter.
God, back to Taylor again.
This all revolves around Taylor.
She's just been around so long, it's like she's everywhere, which is so stupid. Like, to have the jeans press and then the Scooter Braun press.
Good look.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Like, I kind of am getting the vibe that Sydney is someone who does not care.
Yeah.
Because why would you go this route?
Why? And then she was kind of dating Glenn Powell. She was engaged before that, and then that's gone. And it's so like,
which is, you know,
it's a strange order of events.
Fine, have the relationship stuff happening, but you were just in such a big controversial ad,
right?
And people are not liking you now. They're not. Now they're saying that like your recent movies aren't doing good.
They're not good.
And then you're gonna
people are
be seen with Scooter.
Yeah, and then to be seen with Scooter is so like.
That's the worst thing you could do.
I hate to, you know how you can judge it's better to judge a person by their actions than this. Like, not to sound like an asshole, but it's kind of like, what kind of person are you? You know, for like this and not to have that foresight. I don't know really anything about her career or her life. I've seen her in The Handmaid's Tale and Euphoria, and that's it. And like, to say that there's a lot of substance you can get from a person from those roles would be a lie. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know anything about her.
I don't even think I've really seen her in anything.
Right.
So I'm trying to be impartial here.
Right, because you don't have the,
But it's just a weird move.
It's weird.
But also, how did she even meet him? She's not in the music industry.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's that church, dude. I mean, that's speculation, but I know there's like a bunch of celebrities in that church that he's in, so maybe it's that. But also, like, LA is a kind of small place, you know, and when you're that big, like, both of them are pretty big, because he represents, like, Selena and Ariana and, you know.
Right, but, yeah, again, I just think
they're just there.
So weird.
You needed a house party or something? I don't know. He's also scarily older than her, and creepy, and not, you know, a good person.
No, he's, I think, one of the most hated people.
It's like,
around now.
I hate to say it, I'm getting to the point where, like, I wish she wasn't famous, because I you know what, I don't care about.
Right.
That's so mean.
No,
I just don't care. It's like, I think she's a bad person, you know?
She got put everywhere, and I just kind of thought her, as a person, her fame would kind of die down a little bit. I didn't think it was going to go.
She doesn't seem like somebody that's going to remember in 5 years, you know? But now this, I don't know.
You guys, tell us what you think. Do you think her and Scooter are dating?
Do you think they're dating? Are you a Sydney Steeny?
Steamy?
Are you a Steeny fan?
Are you a Steamy Sweeney?
Do you love her the most, and are you a 12-year-old boy? I don't get it. Make me get it. Help me understand. Educate the masses.
But she's going against Taylor Swift here.
Oh, you're not gonna win that one.
And like, that's the thing. You're getting seen with him. That is like a public declaration of
right.
I don't think of you in any way, Taylor Swift.
Who would win? I can't think of a single person that would win against Taylor Swift. Maybe Robert Downey Jr.
They're never gonna talk now.
No.
There's gonna be no relationship.
Why would you do, like, not just like, just so soon after this other controversy, and then, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, seen with Satan after, you know, you were a Nazi. It's like, what is wrong with you?
I don't get
some
it.
Perspective. Maybe she realizes her career is not dipping, and so she's
like,
let's take the controversy.
Let me just date this man.
God, dude.
So I personally am hoping she's not, because I don't get it.
I had no hope for her in the first, you know, I was never like, oh, what a cool, you know, even watching Euphoria, she's not like the one that you focus on the most. She's there, and they tell you constantly how hot she is. But like, Alexa Demi is gorgeous. Zendaya is acting her fucking ass off, like literally one of the best actresses of our generation. That's who you say, you know, this, I think of Zendaya. I'm like, this is a Disney Channel star who's convincingly a drug addict. You know what I mean?
She brought up Disney.
Oh!
Is it time?
I think that's the perfect, like, sign to get into it.
Because Disney, you guys,
what's happening? It's become like a cult almost, you know, of the cult of Disney, man.
Well, I feel like it's been around a minute.
We just didn't, like, it wasn't in the public.
Growing up, it was interesting. Ooh. Growing up around, like, your friends who are Disney obsessed. And then they grow up. Like, by the time I'm with these people, I'm already not caring about Disney. And they're like, Disney. I got this plushie on my bed. I got 8 more plushies on my bed.
Oh my god.
Lilo and Stitch. And you're like, okay, that's cool.
They always have okay, we gotta paint this picture. Like, it's always somebody over the appropriate age, which I'm gonna say is like, you know, 20 plus, right?
Well, here's the thing. So like, I ended my Disney phase early. What age? I feel like I was like 5.
I think I did.
4 or 5.
That's really early.
Yeah, it was.
I remember going from like the Disney Pixar like movies where you like watch them and you're so excited, to going into like their tween, you know, like the Hannah Montana, the That's a Raven. Like, I fully like transitioned from that into that, and then like I wanted to start watching real shows. You know what I mean?
Right, so like I feel like the tween to like kind of early teenagers is kind of when you start dipping off with Disney.
Yes, and that's like, you know, you're kind of like, okay, this is the same set, you know, for every show, and it's, you know, like, it's boring. Maybe there's too many reruns, or it starts getting geared towards younger kids, and you're like,
yeah, you just start finding the more age appropriate things.
Yes.
So like when you're around like 15, 16, and you still have those friends who are just
like still
in it to win it.
Yeah.
That is their life. And you're like, okay, girl.
Right. You have less and less in common. Yeah.
And then now as an adult,
you
still look at those same people and they're still obsessed.
Never got
I don't
off the
think
train.
they leave it. No.
So I have a boss. her name is, let's call her Tanya. She looks like a Tanya. She is a huge Disney adult. She lives in Washington, right? But she has a season pass to both parks. So she literally...
Does she have children?
No. She doesn't have children. She has a boyfriend of like 20 years, which is fine. They don't live together. But, and she is definitely the type to, like, plan her whole life around it. Like, I've been there for a few months now. She's not taking PTO unless it is go to Disney. Yes.
Oh.
And she's only gone, like, this, she took a trip when I was there for, like, a month. And it was the first time she went alone. Like, usually she, like, takes her mom, who's older than her, or her sister, who's also a Disney adult.
Oh.
So it's a family indoctrination. I don't know.
And they just want to do this every time.
She goes to California, she goes to Florida, baby. Like, that's her life. Like, there's nowhere. And you know what's crazy is, like, even with the season pass, if you're eating food there, right, or if you're doing some of the excursions, like that, or you get a fast pass, right, that is, like, so expensive. That's so much money.
Yeah, I've seen the prices.
Yeah.
I personally have not been to Disneyland or any of that because I've never wanted to.
Fair.
I have not quite seen the appeal. And that's, you know what, I can take the hate. I'm the weird one out. I think, like, even my mom was like, we should go at least once so you can experience it.
The most happiest place on earth.
But I'm like, one, I don't really like Disney.
Yeah.
Two, I don't really like amusement parks.
And that's all it is. That's all it is.
I don't like heights. I get motion sick. And I have always hated being, even at like really little, the thought of people in costumes going around and hugging kids has always freaked me out.
Oh, I think this brings me to like my number one thing about Disney adults. So there's this like rule in both Disney, like the park and the world. Which, is that what it's called? Disney Park? Or it's called Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Okay, so the land in the world. They have this rule where, like, you cannot cosplay, like, in the park. And just for those who don't know, and for those who don't know, cosplaying is, like, you get really character accurate a lot of times, or sometimes just, you know, identifiable for a character. So, like, Disney has a ton of IP. They have all of Marvel. They've got all of their, like, cartoons. They've got Pixar in there. Am I forgetting anything?
They're a monopoly.
There's like Hannah Montana, right?
Point.
Like the tween stuff we were talking about. Like they've got that.
Yeah.
And so you cannot go in the park and cosplay as Spider-Man or like the Little Mermaid or stuff because what's happening is these grown-ass people with no children would go to Disney dressed up as, you know, Dumbo or Tigger or something, and they would take pictures with other people's children and like interact and hold and talk to them. So the park as a whole had to shut it down.
Exactly, because that is creepy. Who is wearing a costume?
These are like people that have like not regressed, I think, past a certain like emotional milestone. That regressed? Progress. Maybe I regressed. Right, you know what I mean? And so it's like scary to think that they at some point were like just talking. Like I don't have kids, but I just wouldn't want like random person that's obsessed with Mulan, you know what I mean, to like hold them and talk to them.
No.
Like there's so much, oddly enough, comfort to like know that this is like overseen by a group of people. There's rules. These people have been like trained. You know what I mean? Like all their castmates that they have like that are dressed up as the. That's so much more. And I think there's something to be said about like the integration of this. Like, you know, morally is it right? But whatever. It's going for now. People see it as like an acting experience. I think the people that like dress up as the character.
I would hope so.
I mean, imagine if you were like trying to get established as like a singer, and then you got to be like Elsa all day and like belt it like freaking Tony winning and Idina Menzel.
I've heard it's really hard to be one of those people.
I've heard this too.
You cannot break character.
You can't break character, and there's like all of these crazy situations that they put them in. You know, like some of them will be like in the middle of a ride with like, you know, $1 million animatronics like flailing, or they get like water. What I love seeing is like the you know, like when they like there's like a old Mexican dude in like the Incredibles mom costume. That is like genuinely they like see him on a smoke break with like the head off. Or the
people gotta live a little.
Hey baby, hey. Or like the one where like her butt fell.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh my god, and she was like so embarrassed. Like, yeah, let the professionals kind of have that role. And so, like, I've seen these videos where these people that are, like, obsessed with it and they want to cosplay, but they also, you know, don't want to get kicked out of the park for dressing up. They'll, like, wear the colors of the people, and then they'll, like, buy the Mickey Mouse ears that, like, match it. And then they'll, like, collect all of those ears, you know? They'll have, like, the flounder one. And
right, every time they go, they get a new set of ears or something.
And these are expensive.
What are they're taking it home and they're like, what do they do with it?
Putting it on their shrine, I guess.
Right.
Like,
do they wear it around the house?
It's like a little,
Is it like a fetish thing? Am I going to regret saying that?
Dude, look, let's just be for real. When there's this level of obsession, some of it's going to be a little sick. You know?
Because, I mean, look, these are full-grown adults who... They have a color scheme in their room that is Disney related.
Yes.
They have plushies. They have things hanging on their wall. They have, you know, maybe not all of them have outfits, but, you know, it's just, the color coordinating. They watch Disney movies religiously. They know everything about the songs, and they just never got past.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's like it's a phase of life that they just didn't, you know, graduate from.
Because there's things that I feel like you can still talk to them about, like newer movies that they've seen. But, you know, maybe it's a comfort thing. Maybe Disney just brings them extreme comfort.
Yeah, it's kind of like they never... I see what you mean about the comfort, but there's also, like, comfort to be found in other movies or other shows or, you know, stuff that's, like, outside of what you watched as a child.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's encompassing their whole life.
Yes.
So, for example, my husband and I really like Star Wars.
Oh, that's Disney.
Which,
Star Wars is Disney.
Don't remind me.
You're a Disney dog.
But... And we have a lot of Star Wars knowledge, but we don't...
Right, you watch a wide range of stuff.
But you're not going to have a conversation with us, maybe not even 3 conversations with us, and be like, oh, I know your whole house is decorated in Star Wars.
Oh my God.
You live, breathe Star Wars. No, because we don't center our whole lives based off the look of, like, one... subject.
It's like an obsession in that way too. And how do you think you can tell if somebody has their entire, you know, house in Peppa Pig or whatever? You know, like,
well, I feel like if you follow them on social media, they're posting about it.
Oh, hardcore. Do you follow anybody you know that is one in like, your social?
I do know a Disney adult.
Oh my God, what does she post? What is him, her?
Well, here's you see plushies, right?
Oh God,
but I think
are like the fat ones.
All sizes.
All sizes, and it's like I'm thinking like a squishmallow, but like, you know, is that what they're called? The little pillows that are like, is that right?
They're the chunky ones.
They're kind of shaped in like a square, but they have like the features of it.
They're like...
Okay, so for our viewers at home, she's making like a dome shape.
Yeah, there we go.
They're
I couldn't think of the word.
They're a bit dome.
And then like their faces at the front. Like they're elongated.
Like it's that and then a face.
Yeah.
Like it's like
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
And you've seen this person post like which ones? You don't want to say the name.
Well, okay. Let me break it down.
Oh yes, give it to us, girl. I
thought this girl was gonna grow out of this phase when I was younger. And I was like, give it a couple years. Now we're adults. And like her Instagram profile had Hakuna Matata in her thing for years.
Just
she
never
finally
changed.
took it down, like I think 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Which I think is way too long.
Yeah, a bit.
But
and this is like 24-ish or 23?
Probably 23.
23. Okay, just so there's like a good spectrum of what age. This is not an 18-year-old. This is like an adult.
But I've also...
With a job, a 401k, and a salary.
Oh, you know what it was? I didn't see her post it. But I think a lot of Disney adults do post, right? Disney. Or these people will post about their trips to Disney.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who went to her house.
Oh.
and saw her bedroom.
Oh.
And she was like, I love her.
But it's scary.
But, you know, I came from out of town, we're doing our own thing, and then to go and see her bedroom.
It's giving like,
completely just Disney.
Oh my god.
As we're like these full functioning adults who, you know, are going out to drink and having
like
fun.
Dating somebody, how do you explain that?
Your boss.
To me.
She's been dating the same man for 20 years.
And I think that's why they live separately. It's like the interior design. Okay, I don't know that for sure. There's like a million reasons why, but absolutely. I think she puts it so far up front, you know, like that is her. Like the second I got the job, that's the first thing I learned about her was how much she loves it. And she quotes Disney movies like in real life offhand.
I hate that.
You know, like she loves her favorite one. It's like, guess we're off to Never Neverland.
No.
And you're like going to the bathroom. You're like,
no.
You gotta piss.
Oh no, I'd be so mad.
You gotta piss, baby. Oh, and she changed her profile picture on Teams to it's like her. It's like I can't even say this with a straight face because I have to like, you know, get my PTO approved by this woman. You know what I mean? I have to be like, so my dog died, and I'm just staring at this photo. It's a Photoshop photo of her like in Wendy at Peter Pan. Like it's like her face on Wendy, and she's like smiling. I think she got it done at Disneyland.
Do you think that the reason she is not engaged or married is because she wants to get engaged at Disneyland and he doesn't want to do that?
Tanya, that's a good point. I could see, because this is the thing, right?
Yes, tons of people get engaged.
Like in front of the little Cinderella, or no, it's the Disney
tower.
castle, yeah. Or the tower, like the Tower of Doom, like that.
No,
the haunted mansion, like the one that's like in the cartoon. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just the Disney castle, right?
Yes.
It's blue.
It's called that.
It's blue, and there's like a fountain in front of it.
And it's like a big thing, and then like I do think a few years ago there was a couple who was trying to clear people, and I think the staff got upset.
Clear people?
Like clear people out of the way.
Oh, to be like, it's our second, it's our moment. We're gonna.
Yeah. But if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that is such a lazy way to get engaged.
It really is. And it's such a like, it's uncomfortable because of how many people are there. I think there's an intimacy that is kind of nice to an engagement, you know, like you get to just be the two of you in that world for a second, and to have like a mom of 7, like, you know, flopping around her baby.
Dropping ice cream.
You know what I mean? Like yelling at Timmy for like eating something he found on the ground. Like that's not
How did
romantic.
you get engaged? I got engaged at Disney.
They're like, you know, when you hear that, there's a question of why. It's like, I think there's a lack of, oh, this is so bitchy. There's a lack of personality that we're seeing there too. It's like the first thing you're handed as a baby. It's a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you said that so whimsically. Right? You're a baby, and your mom's like, here's a colorful, bright screen. Stare at that, you know? Like, at least for, you know, our generation pre-iPad, right? There's going to be fucking Coco Melon people in the future. Oh my god, I'm so old. But you know what I mean?
But could you imagine talking to an adult and they're obsessed with Coco Melon?
No.
It's the same thing.
No, there's like not even an ironic way. I can sometimes palate these things if it's like, you know, you do it and you're sort of like self-aware of like, yeah, I know, I'm dumb. But there's no way to do that with this. It has to be, you know, like you have to be a believer. I want to believe. That's X-Files, my bad. But you know what I mean? Disney probably owns that too, let's be honest. Have you seen the Meat Canyon video about Disney adults?
No.
That's what's playing over and over in my brain, mostly because the person that's like the woman that's depicted in the video looks like my boss. Have you seen any of their videos at all?
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Not worth it.
I don't know what this is.
This is like a YouTuber who like he's an animator, but they are really ugly, gross animated. Like it's really nasty and gross. And he like makes fun of people and like certain, like he did one about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And then there's this one. Those are like the only 2 I've seen. I know there's like a million more. I think he's kind of a troll. I don't know. But it's graphic, like for the cartoon. And there's this section where like the woman that is being portrayed, she has like, you know, this like really gummy teeth and like no chin, and she's like with this guy who looks literally like the human embodiment of a turtle. Like, he's like eyes are on opposite sides of his face.
He's doing his best.
Yes, and he's like smaller than her, and you know, he's all of it's to send a message. But she has this thing where she like at the end of it, she instead of there's like for some reason the plane was not going to like land in Disney, right? Like there's some medical emergency. Oh yeah, it was a little dark, but I won't go into that. And so she like pilots the plane, like she takes it over and then she like crash lands it in Disney, because like that's better to die in Disney than to like never, you know, not get to go for a few months. And like I think this is the kind of mentality where yes, it's a dramatization, right? Like obviously this is somebody being super hyperbolic about this, but it's the point is there, like right. You know what I mean? These people are that obsessive.
They live for it.
Yes. And
don't you ever want to go to, I don't know, a different part of the planet and experience a different vacation?
Right. There's Disney's in other, you know, parts of the maybe. No,
yeah, but why do you keep going to visit Disney?
No, but just like go to Cancun, like have fun.
Right.
You know?
Go sit on the beach.
Do something for adults. Even let the children have the children thing, and you do something for an adult.
But is that? Well, it boils down to being an obsession.
Yes.
Maybe they just can't think of relaxing.
I guess.
Without
anywhere else.
Yeah, because think about it. A lot of people want to go sit on the beach.
Right.
And relax.
That's not relaxing. That's such a good point.
But they're not surrounded by the Lion King.
If you're a psychologist out there in the chat, tell us what the hell's going on. What is this? What happens? What happens where your brain like does this? You know.
But it's constant. I feel like every generation has Disney adults.
Every gen has got one. I know. What was like the previous generation's version? Just so we can give it some context. Like, what's the? Well, this is kind of the millennial.
Disney's been around.
So you think they were still Disney adults?
Yeah. No,
even
I think
before.
Like
what's Gen X or Gen Z? No.
When did Disney become a thing?
Disney like the 30s. I know Snow White was like 1930 something, right? Or like Disneyland. When was Disneyland incorporated? I'm gonna say in the 60s.
1955 is when the park opened.
Okay, so you think people since then have been Disney adults? That's like a few generations. That's like, cause generations like 10 years.
I think so, because you will hear about. Well, I know someone that does like estate sales, and sometimes she'll find like these original like
memorabilia.
Disney. Yeah.
My dad is obsessed with Mickey Mouse, but just like in a way, if he was gonna buy a shirt, he'd like buy a Mickey Mouse shirt before he'd just get like a plain t-shirt. I don't know. Is that the same?
Well, here's the
levels.
thing. I think people were more not as open. And displaying what they're into as they were back then.
Right.
So you go through these houses and you're finding all this Disney stuff.
Right.
So you know that in a sense they were a Disney adult.
They had the obsession.
Now it's like
I'm putting
people are wearing the ears every day, and they have the lanyards, and you know their bras even.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse themed.
I think this is a good point to talk about the level, like the spectrum here too, because there's these, right, and I do still think the quiet, more, you know, reserved Disney adult exists. Like they feel that way, but maybe they won't post about it, or maybe they won't tell people necessarily that's what they're going, but they're going, you know, the social stigma's got them down. And then I think there's people that like, you know, okay, so I think I do fall on the spectrum. I like Pixar. I like Marvel.
How dare you?
Oh my god! There's several Disney movies that have come out in like the last 10 years that I haven't seen. But you know, if there's a Pixar movie, I'll try to watch it just because, you know.
Right. There's nothing wrong with watching a movie.
But don't you think that's like one end of the spectrum? Like you're still a fan of the thing, and then there's like. So I want to talk about like the, you know, that we've got here and like maybe a 30 degree. And
yeah.
Like
okay.
50, you know what I mean? And I think that's where the 10%ers live, you know? I'll watch a Star Wars, or actually I'm really behind on all the Star Wars stuff. I'm tired of Star Wars. Lot. I'm tired of Marvel, so I haven't really watched those, but Pixar, you know, like I'll see that. Their animation is really cool, you know? I really like that. Animation.
Look, things do come out and there's nothing wrong with watching something, but can you leave it on the TV?
Yeah.
Can you leave it behind?
Right.
Can you go function and do something else without obsessing over it?
Oh, absolutely. I can even stop it. I can stop watching it if it's like, this is too kiddie, you know? Try, you know what I mean? But okay, so I think that's one. And then what's our next level with this, you know? Somebody who is watching everything?
Yeah, who has an extensive knowledge.
And they bring it up maybe in conversation. They're like, hey, have you seen Andor? And, you know, why did Jabba Booby, you know, get married to Tina Turner or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, maybe the people that really know the lore of it.
And then, like, I would say in between that and the next step is differentiating the people who have kids and don't have kids.
Yes.
If you're gonna go beyond it,
let's call this
the
kid-free spectrum, right?
Okay.
Kids, we're not even gonna touch, you know, because that's so different.
But that's why though, because if you have kids, you're gonna know a lot of this stuff, whether you want to or not. You were held hostage because you have children, and they are going to be obsessed.
And it's bright colors, and they love it. Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're obsessed, but you're gonna know.
I'm not talking about that.
They might want to go to Disneyland, so you take them to Disneyland.
That's like, you know, or somebody being brainwashed. Like, are we holding them accountable for their brainwashing?
But I think it's also different that if you take your kids to Disneyland and you have fun, that's different. Yeah. Because you're having a family
with your
vacation.
Family. Exactly. Okay, so we're not talking about that, for me at least. Do we feel
yes.
Okay. So next level besides, you know, I'm talking about, you know, Marvel in every conversation or whatever. Outside of that, I think is the person, maybe like your mom, that's like likes it, enjoys it, and is like, yeah, you should go to Disneyland once in your life, you know? Like, go experience that. That's so cool. Okay, then I'm gonna put the person, like, our next level, I'm gonna put the person that like buys the stuff, you know, like the Funko Pops and the plushies and the.
I forgot about the Funko Pops.
The Funko Pops.
You know what?
Those are expensive.
I know a lot of people that have big Funko Pop collections, and I don't get it.
I think it's like something to have. I think it's like my trinkets. You know what I mean?
For me, I grew up and I'm like, I don't have this or this or this. So when I become an adult, I want to have a really nice space. I want it to look very nice.
Yes.
Getting Funko Pops was not in that equation.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to have a stack of Funko Pops in the corner.
No.
They're bobbleheads, right? Are they?
Yeah.
Or are they just dolls?
I don't know that they move, you know, but the heads are the biggest part, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's just a doll. I've heard there's a brain in there, like in the...
Oh.
I don't know if that's true, though. One time I got convinced online that in an avocado pit, there was more avocado. So, don't come to me for advice. But
please keep listening to our podcast.
Well, you've got Jessie, so you're safe.
You're safe. Say that.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think they are bobble. Like, I don't think you'd be going outside of the line. Like, there's a conversation. It's like, it's a hot dog sandwich, you know? It's a Funko Pop a bobble.
Well, I think a lot of these people, too, don't, like, take them out of the box.
Yes. They collect. Well, and, like, I think it's like a used new car. It's a new car situation. You take it out of the box, the value drops significantly.
I get it if you're going to, like, Comic-Con and you got, like, this character and their actor was there and you had them sign it.
That's cool.
I could get that.
That's cool.
Because that means something.
Controversially, I think there's an age where that stops, you know,
yeah.
too. Hate to say it. Judgy, I'm gonna say 25. Past 25, I'm a little like,
Ooh, I don't know. Catch me at the next con.
Oh! There's the truth.
I just don't have the right for that.
I know, right? There's like, so, okay, that's maybe more my little judgy opinion with it, but, okay, so Funko Pops, collectors, you know, they're centering their life around it more, but it's still a hobby at that point, right? These are not the people on this, you know, little dial of the spectrum. These are not the people that are spending all of their, you know, PTO free time at Disneyland or, you know, won't take any other content in, but they have a little bit of, you know, it's kind of that more, not obsession, but it's favorite hobby. It takes up maybe a lot of their free money, right? Or they're spending money. Free money.
Free money.
Spending money.
I'll take some.
That tells you how broke I am. I'm like, if you have extra money, that's free money, guys.
Dreams of it.
I dream of it. Okay, so yeah, I think that's our next. And then I'm gonna say my boss is like maybe level 9 out of our 10.
Ooh, what's level 10?
Level 10 is they are living in the Disney compound. You know what I mean?
Ooh, but
like,
not
have
everyone.
You heard of this?
Yes,
yes.
Is it the Encanto neighborhood or something?
Oh my God! Tell me more about this. I think we're talking about 2 different. You tell me yours, and I'll tell you mine.
Okay, so I remember within the last few years,
Mm-hmm.
there would be these commercials that are like, "Come to our like new Disney like neighborhood. It's being built right now. Come and like reserve your spot."
And they would
show.
Disney?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Jesus.
But they
Christ.
advertised it intensely.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
on every commercial break.
Jesus. Okay, so this is just like this one I've heard about. Is this actually? It's this woman on TikTok who it's not Disney official, but this like developer bought all of this land that was driving distance to World, which is in Florida, the bigger one of the two, right? And they like developed all these like houses. I don't think they're necessarily Disney themed, but the whole thing about them is their proximity. They got charged like premium rates, and then they like literally upended their family from one end of the country to Florida to go to Disney, and they go every day. They literally go every day. Like mom quit her job, right? They sold her house. Dad found a new job here. They have kids, yes, but it's for mom because the kids are in school and she's going on her own. She's in that park, I mean, probably, 20 to 30 hours a week kind of
That's
thing.
very intense.
That's like, I think, a level 10 if you ask me. And it's all of it, yeah.
That to me really says you're trapped.
You're trapped
in your own world.
In your nostalgia, delusion of
it's
nostalgia.
It's kind of a delusion though. Because nothing else kind of exists.
Yeah.
Like, there's your normal, like, family life.
Yeah.
Which should be the biggest percentage of everything.
If you have kids.
But
totally.
really, it's kind of becoming this, Disney's 90%, everything else is 10%.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, what are you doing?
What do you do? There's like, and am I a titan of finance? No, as we established, I just said free money. But there's this question in me. If you are putting all of your extra money towards that, or a significant portion of your budget, like, are you saving for college?
But your poor kids.
Do
they like Disney like you do?
That's a good question. I don't know. But just like zoom in on the finances with me for a second, right? It's like I just think if you're the average American family, you have to be neglectful in some way. Like, you don't have a savings account, probably, is my guess. Or your kids, they're not saving for college. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you're like eating all the park food because that's like in your deal thing, and they are not getting proper nutrition. Like, they're just I'm calling something is
McDonald's every night,
right? Because
so you can go
to
and
the park.
buy your ice cream,
right? So you can sit there and watch the fireworks and see Goofy, twerk on them, like. You know what I mean? There's something that's like financially it's off.
But
for me.
Is it the rides, or do these adults go up to the people in costume like every time and are like,
I didn't even think of
my life.
Oh my God.
I love you, Cinderella.
My life, I love you. I know. Do they kind of think they are Cinderella? Like, I remember like Harry Potter as a kid, and there was this like sort of like my 11th birthday, whenever he gets the letter.
Yeah.
You remember childhood? You're like, maybe it's 10th. My 10th birthday. I was like, it's gonna happen to me. You know?
So maybe they can't. They don't want to live in the real world.
Yeah.
Maybe they just love the idea of being in this fantasy world so much that living outside of that's just too hard.
Too hard.
And like, these people are also the type of people when you like get into their car and you're like, okay, what do we listen to for music? And they go, I have my Disney playlist.
No!
Like, I'm sorry, what?
No.
What do you mean your Disney playlist?
Don't pull out your adult-focused contemporary music. I have my Disney playlist.
I've had this happen so many times.
Oh my God.
And you can't say anything. I'll just be like, okay. And then you're like listening to these stage.
I have a confession.
Like musical.
I have a confession.
Oh,
when I was in high school, I was really into Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I did listen to the Moana soundtrack enough to know the words. Okay. Yes, and then I was like, this is when my nephew, who is like 5 years old, also knew the words. I was like, oh, this is not. There's something wrong with me. And also, I didn't tell anybody that I was like driving to school, you know, like listening to that, or like walking around school listening to that.
You just had something and it slapped for you.
I think I had a crush on him. Which is the worst.
But do you still?
No.
And do you still listen to it?
No, but I do.
Yeah.
There's like compilations of him doing really embarrassing stuff, which he does a lot. There's like this video of him going like, me encanta, Colombia, and like that. I love it, but I feel like, oh, this is my, you know when you like, nobody else can make fun of your sister?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, nobody else can make fun of my sister, Lin-Manuel Miranda. I get to, and everybody else who loves him gets to, but like nobody else.
It's like nostalgic for you now, though.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah. Well, because like Hamilton, I wanted to be like artsy fartsy and cool and like in theater or like could draw or, you know, have some skill. But I wasn't, and so like Hamilton was like this new musical, and it was like all history based, and it was like, you know what I mean, it was in New York, and like it was just what I thought was cool at the time. I don't know if it ever was cool, you know, like definitively.
Well, if we're gonna get like, let's not
it's
go
owned by
into this,
Disney,
but there are like the musical theater
yes
group of that
yes
are very obsessed with that.
Yes,
and that is their life. And
yeah.
they know all the music.
And I was never like, I don't want to like, you know, there's some people that know their shit. And like, I don't want to act like I was ever there. But I just like, I was like probably 16 or 17, which is too old. But, you know, I was just like, ooh, and I would listen to Moana. But I would never make other people.
You never go, oh, you're my card, guess what?
Yes.
Guess what we're listening to.
And if it came up on like because I had Spotify, so it like would come up on like my recently, like the shuffle play, I'd be like, that's for my baby nephew, you know, I don't know what that is, you know, and I'd like skip it immediately and be like, I'm so sorry. So, you know, there was definitely a sense of like, I had that, but still, like, you're describing this, that is me. That was me. I am me. Me are you. I know.
Yeah,
I just gotta
at
be
like
honest.
one point.
But you gotta be real.
That's different.
Is it?
I don't know, that's different to me.
Okay.
Because it was like one thing, it was one time.
You're healing, you're absolving me.
Well, because I think when it comes to music, we all have like an artist or a song where when it comes out, we might have that song on repeat.
Yeah, and you give them a pass even if it kind of sucks a little bit, you know?
Right, so I'm not going to go, oh, these Disney people, they have a song they really like. Sometimes our brains just really like a song.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the people now. People you grew up with. And they still, you get in that car and their playlist is from all the Disney movies. But this isn't just a playlist they typed in Disney playlist. This is a playlist they made. And then they're singing to it.
Yeah.
And then they're like looking over at you and being like, God, I love this movie. And you're like, oh, yeah, I did too when I was 3.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. That's rough. That's rough. That's embarrassing. I'm a bit embarrassed for this experience. Like, I feel the need to apologize for this happening to you. I'm so sorry. You blacked out. I kind of want Disney adults to find this podcast and fight us. Physically?
Comments. I want comments. Because I want to understand.
I know, it's like, what is that? You know, maybe that's, I feel, here's my thing. I do feel joy. There's so many things. I watch Little Women by Greta Gerwig, and I feel this sense of joy and hope and, you know, even a sense of nostalgia for being a younger woman, and then excitement about being an older woman. So when I hear that that's like, you know, that's something that they want to live in, I just feel like, look a little, broaden your horizons, and then you'll feel something that's even more, you know, authentic to yourself. And that's the thing, is you just can't be afraid of looking. And that's all I'm getting when I hear the other side of the argument. And if I'm wrong, and if there's some aspect of this that I'm completely ignoring, I would love to hear that. But if your whole argument is that because you grew up with it, that gives you a sense of nostalgia, I'd say you're limiting your purview, you know?
Because life is all about the experiences.
Exactly.
And the things that you're
Yes.
going to discover. And
yeah.
Disney adults, it's like you're wrapping yourself up in a burrito and a blanket.
Saying,
and
this is the best thing, and I won't experience
you're
anything
never
else.
leaving.
And that makes me a little sad. I'm like, don't shortchange what you can experience in life, right? Like, don't write it all off that Disney's the best that there is to offer, because there is so many other great things, like the Moana soundtrack. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's how I feel. Was there anything else you wanted to?
No, that's
it. And I love my boss, you know, like I love the Disney adults through this. It's just like I want to help you if I can.
It's just you feel like you're limited in like what you can really talk about with them.
Yeah.
Because they don't go beyond that.
Yeah.
So really, these like Disney adults they don't end up really being close friends because there's nothing more.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They can't relate. You can't relate to them.
Yeah, and there could be. Anyway, so let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know if you are a Disney adult. If you're not a Disney adult, tell us if you agree or what your experience is like. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Next time.
On a little chat.